Welcome, this is a detective story that I present to you with Caroline. I hope you like it. Let's begin after the intro. Detective Mark Anderson rolled his pen between his fingers, his brows furrowed as he stared at the case file spread out on his desk. The room was dimly lit, the only source of light coming from the flickering fluorescent above, casting an eerie glow on the worn-out furniture and faded walls. The air was heavy with anticipation, the shadows dancing ominously as if urging Mark to solve the puzzle that awaited him. The murder of Rebecca Morgan, a prominent socialite, had sent shockwaves through the city. Her lifeless body had been discovered in her luxurious penthouse, a single gunshot wound to the chest. No suspects, no witnesses, and a seemingly impenetrable web of secrets surrounded the case. Mark leaned back in his chair, the creaking sound echoing in the silence. He knew that cracking this case would be his biggest challenge yet, but he was determined. With a sigh, he reached for his notepad and began jotting down notes, connecting the dots, and examining every angle. As the days turned into weeks, Mark's investigation took him on a roller coaster ride of twists and turns. He interviewed friends and acquaintances, poring over their alibis and trying to discern who had a motive to harm Rebecca. Each conversation brought him closer to the truth but left him with more questions than answers.
The trail led Mark to Ethan Thompson, a wealthy businessman whose name cropped up repeatedly during his interviews. Mark arranged a meeting with Ethan, a man with icy blue eyes and a demeanor that oozed charm and calculated precision. Sitting across from each other in a dimly lit cafe, Mark noticed the subtle flicker of nervousness in Ethan's eyes. "You've been frequenting some questionable circles, Mr. Thompson," Mark began, his tone calm but firm. "Do you have any connection to Rebecca Morgan's murder?" Ethan's face contorted into a mix of surprise and indignation. "Detective, I assure you, I had nothing to do with her death. Yes, I knew Rebecca, but we were merely acquaintances." Mark leaned forward slightly, maintaining eye contact with Ethan. "Acquaintances with a millionaire heiress who was found dead in her own home. Care to elaborate?" Ethan's voice wavered, a trace of vulnerability creeping into his tone. "Rebecca sought my counsel in business matters. She was facing financial troubles, and I offered to help. But our last meeting ended in an argument. She accused me of betraying her trust, of using her vulnerability against her." Mark studied Ethan's face, searching for any nuances that might betray a lie. "And is there any truth to her accusations? Did you have a hidden agenda?" Ethan exhaled, his shoulders slumping. "I won't lie, detective, my intentions were not entirely selfless. But I never wished her harm. I only wanted to protect my own interests, to secure a future for myself."
As Mark delved further into the case, he discovered a hidden world of deceit and betrayal. He came across an intricate network of high-profile individuals involved in illegal activities. Each clue, each piece of evidence, led him closer to the truth behind Rebecca Morgan's murder. With the help of his trusted partners and relying on his intuition, Mark exposed a web of corruption that spanned across the city. The murder of Rebecca was linked to a powerful criminal organization, their sinister grip reaching far and wide. Mark knew he had to tread carefully, as his every move was watched and every step he took could be his last. Chapter by chapter, Mark's relentless pursuit of justice reignited the hope of the city's citizens. His unwavering determination and unyielding commitment to the truth turned him into a symbol of justice, a beacon in the darkness of crime. As the final chapters of the story unfolded, Mark found himself face to face with the mastermind behind it all. In a nail-biting climax filled with suspense, he confronted the person responsible for Rebecca's murder and the corruption that had plagued their city. In the end, justice prevailed, but at a cost. Mark had sacrificed much along the way, his personal life, the safety of his loved ones, and even his own well-being. But he knew that true heroes are not defined by what they gain, but by what they are willing to give up for the greater good. And so, nestled within the pages of this gripping police story, lies the tale of Detective Mark Anderson, a man who faced darkness head-on, fought tirelessly for justice, and redeemed the very essence of what it means to protect and serve.
Thank you, my friends. This is today's story. We hope you liked it. If you want more detective stories, write to us. Don't forget to like so that the story reaches more people. Goodbye.